What's the number one reason kids and teens 12 to 17 go to the emergency room? You might be surprised to hear it's sports injuries. Hi, I'm Jessica with Rady Children's Hospital. I'm a physical therapist. Many sports-related injuries involve injuries to the joints, especially knees. In soccer, cutting is a big part of the game and is also a major contributor to knee injuries like ACL tears. While you can't prevent all injuries, you can be proactive and reduce your risk with specific types of exercises. You can also follow a few general guidelines to boost your protection. Maintain strength in the muscles surrounding the joint area. Train smart by cross-training. Never skip your warm-up or cool down. Always use proper technique and body mechanics when playing sports involving repetitive motion. And know your limits and don't exceed them when exercising or participating in physical activities. In the next few videos, we will show you some exercises for strength, motor control, mobility, and stability. It is important to dedicate 20 minutes at least 2 times a week for most of the year on an injury prevention program.
Hi, I'm Joy. I'm a physical therapist at Rady Children's Hospital. First, we're going to demo the beginner set of exercises to get you started on an injury prevention program. All you need is a ball, resistance band, and a bench or a chair. Here's the Romanian deadlift. So Jay is hinging at the hip while one leg comes back. And then he slowly returns to starting position. Make sure you keep the knee, the leg that's on the ground, slightly bent and in a straight position. And this exercise is primarily working on your hamstrings and your posterior chain. Great job, Jay. Okay, next we have the Bulgarian split squat. This exercise is primarily working on quad strength. One leg is back behind with the foot resting on a bench or a chair. You can hold a ball for added challenge. Your front leg is going into a squat. Make sure you keep your weight more on your heel, especially as you press up. Next, we're going to do bridge walkouts. As Heather's demonstrating here, you're going to start lying on your back with your knees bent, then lift your hips up as you tighten your tummy muscles, and then walk your feet out and back to starting position. Next, we have Jay demonstrating resisted hip flexion. This is really a great exercise for soccer players that do a lot of running and a lot of kicking. As you can see, he has the resistance band around his feet, and then he's driving up his knee repeatedly. Next we have resisted star kicks, which works on hip strength and balance and stability. So here Jay is kicking forward, diagonal, side, and back with the resistance band around his ankles. Next we're going to move on to an intermediate set of exercises. Here we have the Romanian deadlift with airplane. And Jay is doing a great job at this, keeping his static leg with the knee slightly bent. And then as he lowers himself and rotates out, he's keeping his balance real nicely there. And this exercise, again, working mostly posterior chain, a little bit of hamstring flexibility as well. Next we have Susan demonstrating the single leg squat. This exercise is primarily working quads. As you can see, she's keeping her knee underneath her hip and over her ankle. Make sure the knee doesn't come down too far forward past the toes as you squat. Next we have the reverse Nordic curl. This exercise is working the quads and trunk strength. As you can see, he's keeping the motion slowly and controlled as he's kneeling and leaning back towards his feet. You can always shorten the range if you start to lose form. Next we have single leg bridge. We have Heather demonstrating for us. You're going to tighten your abdominals before you lift your hips up. On one leg, the other leg straight out. Keep the motion slow and controlled. This is working the hamstrings and trunk strength. You can always add a ball for an extra challenge. Great job, Heather. Here we have the standing fire hydrant exercise. You can grab a piece of resistance band, put it around your legs for a little extra challenge. You're going to stand on one leg, bring the other leg out to the side with the knee bent, with your hips slightly hinged forward. Now, if you're ready for a challenge, we have an advanced set of exercises for you. So we're building on the Romanian deadlift, single leg, and Jay is adding some trunk rotation and airplane movement as he goes forward here. Here we have Heather demonstrating a Copenhagen plank. This is working hip strength, primarily your adductors and your trunk. She's going to lift up and try to hold that for a few seconds. That's the first variation. If you want to make it more difficult, you can lift up and then lift your leg up and down. Great job, Heather. Next we have Susan demonstrating the horseshoe hop. You're going to stand on one leg, knees slightly bent, and then take off going forward, back, side, forward, back, side. Make sure your knee stays in line with your ankle and your hip. Next we have double leg to single leg volley kicks. This exercise is working on motor control and general strengthening. You do need a partner for this one, unless you want to try it with a wall. Finally, we have our last exercise, Susan demonstrating the plank on ball, and she's keeping her core nice and tight here, keeping those abdominals tight. Then she's adding in knee to chest and some kicks. If it's too challenging, you can take away the ball. Lastly, we have a bonus exercise for you, single leg balance with ball wraparound. As you can see, Jay's knee is slightly bent, keeping his balance real nicely there, bringing the ball all the way around and back.